Imagine a silent predator lurking beneath the waves, invisible and deadly, striking without warning and vanishing into the depths. This was the German U-boat, the submarine that brought the mighty British Empire to the brink of starvation during World War I. Welcome to the chilling story of the unrestricted submarine warfare campaign that almost won the war for Germany in 1917. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most terrifying and overlooked aspects of the Great War, the underwater siege that targeted Britain's lifelines across the Atlantic. Massive convoys of merchant ships carried food, fuel, and ammunition essential for survival, yet they were hunted relentlessly by these underwater wolves. In February 1917 alone, U-boats sank over 500,000 tons of shipping, hundreds of vessels gone forever. How did these submarines nearly force the world's greatest naval power to its knees? It began with Kaiser Wilhelm's decision to resume unrestricted attacks on any vessel heading to Allied ports, neutral or not, even hospital ships. The brutal goal? Starve Britain before America could join fully. Admiral John Jellicoe warned privately that at that rate, Britain would collapse by November. U-boats were revolutionary. Diesel-electric for fast surface cruising and quick dives, armed with torpedoes and deck guns. Elite crews endured cramped, foul conditions for weeks. Commander Lothar von Arnold de la Perrière sank over 400,000 tons alone, the top ace. But the cost was immense. Over 5,000 German submariners died, a staggering casualty rate. For every victory, boats vanished, crushed by depth charges or nets. Losses soared. March, 230 ships. April, 373, peaking at 881,000 tons. Panic hit London. Rations cut, bread lines formed, surrender considered. Yet countermeasures emerged. Hydrophones, depth charges, Q-ships disguised to lure subs. The real game changer was convoys, delayed by Admiralty tradition despite past success. Stay with us as we explore the deadliest months and infamous sinkings like the Lusitania. May 7th, 1915, the day submarine warfare shocked the world. The luxurious RMS Lusitania steamed toward Liverpool with nearly 2,000 aboard, including 128 Americans. Off Ireland, U-20's commander Walter Schwieger fired one torpedo, triggering a massive secondary explosion that sank her in 18 minutes. 1,198 lives lost, including 94 children. Declassified files confirm munitions aboard, fueling German claims, but the attack outraged neutrals. It shifted opinion against Germany, pushing America closer to war and forcing a temporary halt to unrestricted tactics. Commanders then followed prize rules: surface, warn, evacuate, reducing effectiveness as subs became vulnerable. By 1917, with Russia collapsing, Germany resumed the gamble, betting on starving Britain quickly. Over 140 U-boats operated, including coastal and mine-laying types. Mine-layers sneaked into harbors, claiming battleships. Crews faced hell: dampness, fumes, rotting food, constant danger. Rare footage from U-35 shows torpedoes hitting, crews cheering. But losses mounted for Germany too. Britain innovated: dazzle camouflage, air patrols, hydrophones. American entry brought destroyers just in time. The darkest month approached, where 1 in 4 British ships never returned. Next, the crisis peak and convoy revolution. April 1917 earned the name Black April. U-boats sank a record 881,000 tons, over 8 ships daily. Commanders hunted in convergence zones west of Ireland. Lone freighters faced sudden periscope sightings, torpedo wakes, explosions, and freezing waters for survivors. Food stocks dwindled. Britain rationed severely. The Admiralty resisted convoys, preferring offensive hunting, but trials proved them effective. First convoy from Gibraltar arrived unscathed. By summer, most traffic convoyed. Losses plummeted dramatically. Convoys worked because the ocean is vast, guarded groups hard to find, escorts hunted attackers. Depth charges improved, American forces added hunter groups. Germany introduced larger U-cruisers for distant raiding. Early aces like Otto Hersing sank capitals, proving submarine power. Merchant U-boats bypassed blockades. Britain's counter-blockades starved Germany, sparking unrest. As war ended, U-boats surrendered or scuttled. Over 15,000 merchant sailors died, civilians without glory. This campaign foreshadowed World War II's longer battle, but nearly decided the Great War. Next, legendary U-boat commanders and daring patrols. Meet the U-boat aces who became legends. Lothar von Arnold de la Perrière topped with 194 ships, 454,000 tons, often using deck guns conservatively. Some allowed evacuations, others committed atrocities. Walter Schwieger sank Lusitania but later perished. Early war, U-9 sank 3 cruisers in an hour, stunning admirals. Propaganda footage showed humane treatment. Patrol life, no showers, beards, dangerous torpedo loads in rough seas. Malfunctions risked self-destruction. Late war, quality dropped as resources faded. Britain captured boats for tech. Versailles banned subs, but Germany developed secretly abroad. In 1918, attacks on troop transports failed mostly. Keel mutiny from U-boat crews sparked revolution. Legacy, submarines as strategic weapons, high cost in lives. The gamble gained advantage, but cost neutral support and invited America. Historians debate if longer restraint might have won. Convoys and tech prevailed. Next, technological evolution and innovations. U-boats evolved quickly from experimental to deadly. Diesel-electric standard, 15-knot surface, 8 submerged. Torpedoes with 500-kilogram warheads, 5-kilometer range. Mine layers laid undetected fields. U-cruisers crossed oceans. More tubes added later. Early periscopes vibrated. Night attacks difficult. Countermeasures. Nets, Q-ships with hidden guns scoring kills. Both sides accused atrocities and incidents. Hydrophones listened passively. Depth charges exploded at depth. First kill 1916. Escorts dropped patterns. Air cover spotted periscopes. Convoys zigzagged. Merchants armed. Intelligence from Room 40 decoded messages, routing hunters. Mediterranean and Channel operations by smaller boats. Tech race won by allies via production and U.S. aid. Influenced World War II designs despite bans. Pioneered asymmetric warfare against superpowers. Other sinkings outraged globally. Arabic with Americans. Hospital ships like Britannic mined. Llandovery castle survivors machine-gunned. Neutral Scandinavians suffered hugely. Passenger ferries hit. Rare lifeboat shellings occurred. Propaganda warred. Both blockades killed civilians morally gray. Most attacks allowed escape under rules, but unrestricted, none. Survivors faced oil, sharks, hypothermia. Cumulative, shipping halted, economies strained. Brave merchant marines lost 15,000, forgotten heroes. Posters screamed, "Remember Lusitania," mobilizing America. Entry. April 1917 brought immediate naval help. Germany saw no choice in desperation. Nearly succeeded before decline. Final 1918 efforts futile. Armistice followed mutiny. Legacy endures in museums. Royal Navy delayed convoys due to battleship tradition and offensive mindset, fearing concentrated targets. But ocean vastness made scattered ships easier prey. Trials proved safety. U.S. Navy advocated strongly. May 1917 implementation. First convoys, 0 losses. Atlantic Standard by autumn. Losses dropped 70%. Escorts charged attackers. Merchants held course. Air, smoke, zigzags aided. Intelligence routed safely. Intense battles. Torpedoes, charges, heroism. Inventions like illumination improved. Not perfect, stragglers vulnerable, but saved Britain. Food, troops arrived. America overwhelmed Germany. U-boat strategic failure doomed Central Powers. Survivor accounts paint vivid horror. Sudden explosions shattering nights, ships listing rapidly, panic in lifeboats. Freezing Atlantic claimed more than wounds, exposure, thirst in open boats. Sharks circled oil slicks, rescues rare and delayed. Merchant crews, often multinational, showed incredible bravery manning guns or rowing for days. Families lost providers, children orphaned. German crews too suffered, trapped in sinking boats, pressure crushing hulls, slow drowning. Psychological strain immense, claustrophobia, constant alerts. Victory celebrated briefly before next patrol. Both sides' families waited anxiously for returns that often never came. Post-war trauma lingered, untold stories. This underwater war's anonymity amplified terror. No glory, just sudden death from below. Changed naval thinking forever. Propaganda fueled hatred. British posters depicted U-boat crews as monsters, Huns murdering innocents. German media justified as response to starvation blockade. Lusitania recruitment drives swelled armies. Neutral press turned anti-German after hospital ship attacks. Medals denied merchant survivors initially, later recognized. Films, books sensationalized aces as heroes or villains. Rare footage humanized Germans momentarily. Atrocity claims both ways: executions, sinkings without trace. Truth mixed, war dehumanized. Public fear emptied ports temporarily. Insurance soared, trade rerouted dangerously. Morale boost from successes short-lived as losses mounted. Shaped interwar views, Versailles submarine ban. Secret rebuilding fueled suspicions. Room 40's codebreakers decoded German signals, directing hunters to U-boat positions. Ambushes sank several, routing avoided dangers. German improvements temporary. Enigma precursors used. Spies, direction finding added layers. Q-ship deceptions lured surfacing subs to doom. Hydrophone arrays listened coasts. Blimp patrols vast areas effectively. Combined, turned passive defense offensive. Late war U-boats evaded less successfully. American enthusiasm boosted efforts. Intelligence perhaps decisive as convoys. Germany underestimated decryption persistence. Costly mistakes from compromised communications. 1918 saw desperate U-boat pushes against troop convoys. Few successes, heavy losses. Crew morale plummeted. Mutinies erupted Kiel, spreading revolution. Kaiser abdicated. Republic born amid chaos. Surviving boats surrendered, scrapped under treaty. Some preserve museums today. Crews faced uncertain futures. Some tried or exiled. High casualty rate left scars on communities. Legacy. Proved submarine strategic potential. Influenced doctrines worldwide. Close run thing. Months more, outcome different? Convoys. America tipped balance. Underwater war's lessons endured into next conflict. World War I U-boat campaign foreshadowed longer, deadlier Atlantic battle, 1939 to 1945. Similar tactics, unrestricted, wolf packs formalized. Better tech both sides, sonar, radar, aircraft carriers. Losses higher overall, but World War I peak intensity unmatched percentage-wise. Convoys again crucial. Code-breaking Enigma pivotal. Aces fewer, but impacts massive. Merchant losses staggering again. Differences. No neutral outrage repeats scale. America prepared faster. Germany started stronger submarine force. World War I taught hard lessons applied. Ultimate Allied victory both, but closer first time. Underwater warfare matured permanently. Post-Versailles secret development in Netherlands, Spain led Type 7 workhorses. Nuclear propulsion later revolutionized. Unlimited range, stealth. Cold War ballistic subs deterred apocalypse. Today, silent hunters with missiles, torpedoes, advanced. World War I origins humble yet transformative. From coastal defense to global power projection. Crew conditions improved vastly. Air conditioning, better food. Psychological screening standard. Strategic role shifted. Deterrence, intelligence. Legacy. Great War innovators unintended. Arnaud de la Perrière's politeness contrasted war's brutality. Postcards to victims' families sometimes. Schwiegel's regret over Lusitania civilians noted diary. Young aces perished early, potential lost. Patrol journals reveal boredom interspersed terror. Camaraderie strong in tight quarters. Home leaves precious propaganda duties. Post-war memoirs mixed pride, regret. Families coped uncertainty. Some commanders, noble lineages, duty-driven. Others, volunteers, adventure turned grim. Humanized behind iron coffins myth. Women contributed vastly. Shipyards building escorts, codebreaking, room 40. Families rationed, worried seafaring men. Nurses sunk hospital ships. Homefront starvation threat real. Gardens, substitutes. Propaganda targeted mothers, wives for support. Merchant widows uncompensated initially. Children grew war shadows. Blockade affects Germany worse. Turnips winter, unrest. Both nations' civilians suffered. Underwater strategies. Gender roles shifted permanently. Shipping losses crippled trade. Insurance unaffordable. Routes longer, costly. Neutral nations' economies disrupted. Scandinavia shipping devastated. Britain imports halved temporarily. Inflation soared. Rationing introduced equity, but hardship. Germany blockade tighter. Malnutrition widespread. Post-war reparations, debts intertwined, naval lessons. Submarine cheap versus battleships influenced budgets. Asymmetric warfare appeal, budget-strapped nations. Global trade patterns altered, long-term. Books, films immortalized. Das Boot echoes World War I roots. Early silent films, propaganda. Novels, Ace's adventures. Museums, U-boats preserved. U-505 Chicago, others. Art depicted terror depths. Songs, poems, merchant sacrifices. Modern games simulate patrols. Public fascination endures mystery underwater. Documentaries, rare footage captivate. Legacy, education warnings. Total war, civilians. Did unrestricted warfare necessary Germany's survival? Or fatal mistake bringing America? Convoys inevitable, sooner success? Lusitania munitions justify attack degree? Atrocity claims exaggerated propaganda? Intelligence overrated versus tactical changes? Historians divide close-run campaign. Alternate scenarios fascinate. No America, Britain sues peace? Submarine potential fully realized earlier? Questions linger century later. Today's submarines deter aggression silently. Nuclear powers patrol constantly. Conventional diesel-electric ambush threats. Anti-submarine warfare helicopters, sonar arrays advanced. World War I lessons core. Convoys, commercial crises, intelligence vital. Asymmetric threats, small nations via subs. Underwater domain, contested space, cyber. Great War origins resonate current geopolitics. The forgotten underwater war nearly altered history. Germany's U-boats came agonizingly close, victory through terror depths. Brave merchants, innovative allies, timely American aid turned tide. Thousands paid ultimate price in anonymity ocean. Changed warfare forever, proving small, deadly force challenged giants. Remember forgotten sailors, both sides, lessons hubris, desperation. This chilling chapter, Great War, reminds total wars reach everyone. Thank you to joining this deep dive. The sea keeps its secrets, but history reveals truths. If enjoyed, like, subscribe, more hidden histories. Until next time.